The Rajasthan rural polls and the results have now come out. This seems to be, at least on the face of it, a win for the Bharatiya Janata Party, a majority of the seats going to them. The BJP is positioning it as a referendum on farm bills. What does Sachin Pilot, tall Congress leader, have to feel about it? Let's ask him this question. Mr. Pilot, thank you very much for joining us right here on NDTV. The BJP says that this win is a sort of a referendum on farm laws. Where do you stand on this issue?
I think every state has a different dynamic. The elections of one state, of some panchayats, I don't think are reflective of the needs and aspirations of the entire farming community in India. Today, irrespective of party lines, people have come together to support this cause where the government of the day is willingly pushing the farmers into a crisis. In an economy that is already devastated because of the pandemic, the farmers are now being forced into a corner. And I think our support to the farming community is not based on some issues of power grabbing or to show someone down. We are with the farming community, and if the NDA and the ruling dispensation, their own ministers have resigned, the NDA partners are leaving the alliance because of the wrath of the farmers. And the government of the day should understand and not carry this ego that they've made a law. That's why it has to be implemented. They can certainly repeal it and listen to the farming community. 60% of India is based on farmers and farming. And the Congress party has been with them through thick and thin and will continue to stand with them.
Mr. Pilot, you think there's a silver lining for the Congress as well as far as these Rajasthan results are concerned? Your vote share increased.
I think the election actually is tomorrow. The votes were cast, the counting was yesterday. The elections to the Jila Parishad chairman and the Panchayat Samiti Pradhans are happening tomorrow. So let's wait for those results to come out tomorrow. I think we will do quite well. Of course, I wished and we all hoped that we could have done better. But we'll look at what could be done in the time to come. So there is a mechanism between the party and the government, and we have committed ourselves to fulfilling all the promises that we made to the people when we went to them 2 years ago. We still have 3 years left. And the government and the party are fully committed to living up to all its commitments and promises, especially to farmers and to the young people. And whatever needs to be done in the future, within the party will sit down and take a view as to what happened and how we can improve our performances in the next political elections whenever they're held.
But Mr. Pilot, don't you think that things would have been different in terms of political fortunes for the Congress had the revolt within the party not happened, of which you were a part of? Maybe the Congress would have done better.
The Congress party is united under the leadership of Gandhi and Gandhi. There is absolutely no point in talking about anything that doesn't exist. We work together. Whatever differences or whatever opinions one has, that can be shared on a mechanism that the Congress party has developed. I think we should not look at things in isolation. Like I said, we all hoped and wished that we could do a little bit better, but I think time will come. We have still 3 years left. The government and the party are committed to fulfilling our promises in the manifesto. But let any state election, let that not be used by the government of India or the BJP leadership in Delhi to use it as a sanction of the acceptance of the bills that the government of India has passed. They're two separate issues. We must deal with them separately. The people of India are with the farmers. 24 political parties are supporting the farmers movement. So I don't think this election result should be used by the government of India to show it as a welcome sign that the farmers have agreed upon what the government of India is pushing them towards. These 3 farm laws and farm bills are anti-farmer. This is a stand that the farmers have taken, and Congress party and all of the opposition parties are united in supporting the farmers in their hour of need.
Okay. My final question, Mr. Pilot. Farmers have rejected the government's proposals on the farm law. What's your view?
See, I don't think you and I should sit and speculate as to what the farmers should do or not do. I just believe that the farmers need to be taken into confidence. It's far too late already. But whatever the demands of the farmers are, they must be met in totality. And this is not a point as an opposition person, but I'm saying if the people who feed this country are not satisfied, are vulnerable, are fighting in this bitter cold, sitting on the borders of Delhi for days together, and are not able to get an appropriate response from the government, and the government must comply to the wishes of the farmers. I don't think you and I should sit and talk about what they should not do. It's the farmers' cause that we support. And if the farmers are satisfied with it, we are satisfied with it. But the ultimate taking into confidence and giving them that support, that is the job of the government of the day.
Sure. Mr. Pilot, many thanks for joining us right here on NDTV.